guys, it's Frankie Widows here from Eyelash Excellence. So today we're going to be talking about styling and mostly the incorrect styling that we're seeing, which is actually dragging the eye downwards. So we're going to talk about the common mistakes that we're seeing and show you how you can go about creating beautiful lift on your clients that is going to be doing the job which eyelash extensions are designed to do, which is lift the eye and make us look a lot more youthful. So I wanted to share this image that I posted on my Instagram channel that actually had some really good engagement in it. So don't forget to pop over there and follow us, Eyelash Excellence. We post daily on there, lots of educational posts such as this one. So visual images are great for explaining what we're talking about so you can really see it for yourself. Now on the left here, what we've got is what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve lift and to open the eye. Now you can use this concept about makeup. So if any of you watch makeup videos, you'll see how techniques change over the year. And the reason why a lot of us apply makeup and do things like contouring is to actually shape the face and make us look younger and more awake. Because we all know that if you apply makeup incorrectly, you can do the opposite, and the same is for eyelash extensions. Now, not many people have a naturally lifted eye like Rihanna or Beyonce. Most of us have what I call a horizontal eye or a downturned eye. Now, I know that I do, which I absolutely hate. So this means that when we're styling clients, we have to lift the eye if we want to give people that youthful, awake look. But what is happening a lot in our industry is what we've got here on the right, which you can see is actually dragging the outer corner of the eye downwards and making the eye look very, very closed and heavy. Now you can get away with this on somebody that's got a naturally sort of big uplifted eye, but on the majority of the populations whose eye, like I said, are horizontal or droop down like mine, then if you do this, you're actually going to defeat the object of eyelash extensions unless that client is requesting that look. Now, of course, this video is just my opinion and we're all entitled to opinion. But also I just wanted to draw on the fact that I am an international judge, so I get invited to go across the world and judge lash competitions, some of the best lash artists in the world. As such, I have to know my styling. So I like to be able to teach technical styling, and the reason why it's technical styling is because there's a reason behind why we are looking for that, because it accentuates features. So you might be somebody that says, well, actually all of my clients like that droopy outer corner look, and if they do, that's absolutely great. But if you're somebody out there that is searching for more information on styling, then I really hope that all of this is going to assist you to style your clients and give them hopefully what they want, which is that uplifted look. So why are we still seeing quite a lot of what I call incorrect styling? Now, there are several reasons. The biggest reason is usually incorrect teaching of this technique. Because what a lot of people do is they take a beginner's course and then they never take a styling course because they just assume that their beginner's course should include all this styling. But it doesn't, because you have to teach beginners basic lashing and then they take different classes over the years to build up. So some beginners courses completely either just leave this out or they just teach this effect, and I know that I was taught 8mm in the inner corner, 10mm over the middle and 12mm on the outer corner, and you did that on every single client. So what you would get is pretty much what you've got here on the bottom right. The other reason is everybody out there seems to still be doing this, so technicians think, well, if everybody else is doing it, I'm going to do it. Another reason, I think the lash industry still has the idea that the bigger the better, so it means that the longer the better, so we're going to get as much length on that eye as we can from the inner to the outer corner. And the final reason, I think, is clients requesting this because they think it's going to make them look nice, because they don't know styling, so they just assume if they have one length from, you know, the middle to the outer corner, it's going to lift the eye because lashes lift the eye. So when your client requests this, you kind of at times have to be going with what they want because they are the paying customer. So let's go back to what we've got here, looking at the picture on the bottom of this page. This is an amazing artist who is demonstrating technically correct Russian volume. If this was in front of me at competition level, I would be marking this very, very high. Because if you look at the short inners to the height over the middle to the outer third and then the reduction to very, very short outers, you can see where all of the lift is. The lift is peaking at that brow, which is actually what all of us want from our makeup, our eyeliner, our eyebrows. So it makes sense that we do this with our lash extensions. Whereas actually, if you look at the right hand side, this client's got a fantastic brow on her. But the styling of her lashes actually makes her outer corner and her whole eye droop downwards, and actually her eye doesn't droop. If you look, she's got a horizontal eye. She's also got a very almond shaped eye, a narrow eye. So the problem with this effect on her is not only is it dragging her lovely balanced eye already downwards, but where she's actually got a very beautiful almond eye, which a lot of people want, I'd love an eye like this, the lash length is actually closing her eye up and not open it. So she's got such a stunning eye shape on the right hand side, which you could really work with and accentuate, but it's just counteracting what God naturally gave her. Now the key to creating lift is you have to have the distinction between short and long lengths. So if you look at this image, you can see that the shortest length in the inner corner is 5. 2 years ago, none of us would have ever dreamt about using 5 meters in the inner corner. The shortest we used was 8 millimeters. And I know because I've got it in some of my old manuals and I look at them now and I'm like, oh my God, but that's what we did. However, you can see here, we're using 5 in the inner and we're using 7 on the outer corner. Now the longest length in this set is 13 millimeters. So this means that you've got a 7 millimeter distinction between short and long. Now this distinction in short and long is what draws attention to lift. You can see that there is a peak in the lash line. You can only get that if you have very short and longer lengths. If you go onto the right here, and this is probably something like a 9 or 10 millimeter in the corner and maybe a 12 or 13 on the outside edge. If you've got a 9 or 10 in the inner corner and then maybe a 12 or 13 is your longest length, you've only really got a 3 millimeter distinction. That's not enough to make it look like you've got multiple lengths in your lash line and to give you that distinction between short and long. It's going to look like you're just using one length, and that's why it drags the eye down. So this is why we lash map, why we use very small zones with different lengths in there, like transition zones, to get from very short to the length that we're trying to draw the attention to, and then dropping back down. And these rules don't just apply to a lash shaping or styling like this. It can apply to any lash styling, whether you're doing a rounding effect that has more height over the middle, so you'd have very short inners, very short outers, and then height over the middle. If you were doing a dolly effect, which has a lot of height across the main section of the eye, but you still have very short in the inner and outer section. So again, you get that distinction between short and long. And again, the kitten as we see here. I'm not a big fan of the cat effect because the cat effect is technically what we've got on the right hand side here, where we have very, very long on the outer corners. But you could do a cat effect like this, where actually probably in the very last section, you actually drop your lengths down dramatically. I personally am not a fan of a cat effect just because most of my clients have horizontal eyes or slightly droopy. So it doesn't work. It'll only really work on a lifted eye. Now, eye styling is a really complex subject, but it's something that you actually have to understand if you're actually doing eyelash extensions, because you could do the most amazing set of lashes, beautiful clean work, close to the lash line, uniformity, etc, etc. But if you get the styling wrong, your set is not going to look good. So this is why you do actually have to take styling classes or invest in resources. Don't ever skip it. We have some great resources on the website if you're looking for that. We have an eye styling online course which covers all of this. It's about 6 to 7 hours long, so there's a lot of content there, but it is something you have to have under your belt. We've also got ebooks on the website, so these will help you understand basic styling, just setting you up to get into understanding how we go about styling our clients. And again, we do a lot of posts on Instagram, and I've got some styling posts on YouTube as well that can assist you, so don't forget to go and check those out. But also look about, follow other people, look at how they're styling their clients, and actually look at the overall effect of what you're seeing, because that could be a really, really great guide to help assist you. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like, because it helps us to know what you're looking for, and if you enjoy it, we'll make lots more of them to help you, whereas if we don't get any likes on it, then we know that you guys are not particularly interested in this stuff. And again, if you've enjoyed this, go and look at our other videos. We've got loads on there, and don't forget to subscribe. And when we do update our videos, you get a notification that we've got a brand new video on there. We do daily posts on Instagram at eyelashexcellence, so jump over there, give us a follow so that you can always stay up to date with latest techniques and developments. And if you're looking for awesome products, training, lots of resources, go over to our website eyelashexcellence.com. And if you have a comment, chuck a comment on here, guys. I always like to hear what it is that you want to know, what you thought of the video. If you have any questions, we'll answer your questions and assist you. And if you do think this video is going to help somebody that you know, feel free to share it, because the more that we can get out here, it's going to assist lash artists. It's also going to assist clients in getting what they want, which is to look more youthful. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I shall hope to see you at our next video.